Oh my goodness, it has been a minute since I have taken the time to do one of these videos, and boy, it really shouldn't be the way it was, but it is the way it was. But we have had one crazy baby season so far. Right now, you can see up here on this board, it'll tell you that we have that many patients in care right now. 67 babies, 5 adults, total of 72 animals in treatment. And boy, and it's been like this for a while. We were getting ready for, the season to begin at the, and at the beginning of April, it started 3 weeks early. It was pretty astonishing. We got our first raccoons in April 11th. We usually don't get those guys. Our first raccoons don't usually come in until like the middle of May. We got ducklings on April 2nd. They don't usually, and it's really interesting. Well, it's interesting to me at any rate, because I had just done a little class on baby bird care that we're just to train volunteers, because the season was coming up. And and I was like, oh yeah, and mallards almost like clockwork come in, the last week of April, April 26th, April 25th, April 27th, and next thing you know, we're getting baby mallards in. And this year they came in on April 2nd. And in fact, they came in on the last day that I did this kind of thing. And the last videos that I made and put up for you guys to see and plead for support, of course, and that is coming, was April 2nd. And in fact, we got so busy that I had a video that I was, in the middle of making about the waterfowl aviary we were building. Instead of completing that video, we just got busy completing the waterfowl aviary because we suddenly had ducklings in, and we built a little duckling pond for them. And our waterfowl aviary actually has a brown pelican in it right now. But the duckling pond actually has ducklings. It's right here, this little thing. And, they're down inside there. I am not show you the guys because they're hospital patients and, they don't want to be put on display. But, when it comes time for certain stuff, of course, love to show you releases. And so anyway, they have a little pool in there. And over here on the side is a way to give them a little warm place to go in the evening time. And the ducklings are in here from, as soon as they're able to be outdoors until they don't need heat support. And then once they don't need heat support, boom, into the big waterfowl aviary that you can see. I'll probably try to edit that out. The big waterfowl aviary that you can see right there. And it goes, up the dune a little ways. And it's, like I said, it's got a pelican in there. And, we're not going to go in. But it's a juvenile brown pelican. We've had a few this year. And nothing at all like what's been going on in the Southland, of course. Everywhere from, the Bay Area and on down through Monterey and all the way to Morro Bay, and even Los Angeles has, there's been a real pelican disaster this year that we have not seen. But we have seen an uptick in the number of juveniles we typically treat. I think one of the last videos I made was about the raccoon housing, and it's still things to do to it, but it is definitely, we're headed toward it right now, and it's over here on the far side of the dune, and it's, hopefully, lots of ways of improvement over the place we had in Bayside. And it's definitely, it's a little bigger, but it's basically modeled the same way in that we have, this is the nursery, and this is where raccoons who are not yet weaned, who eyes are open and who are eating some solid food and stuff like that. And they're in here. And their older, soon-to-be housing mates, guys, are in here, and there is, significantly bigger. And, we'll come up and I'll show you around from the other side as much as I can. But again, we're not going to see any actual raccoons. But yeah, as you can see, that's from an elevated view. So like most of it's actually open and has covered mosquitoes. It's mosquitoes covered in so they have a big open ceiling. There's some area for cover, but mostly it's an open ceiling, and there's 2 open walls, and they get to look into the wonderful dune vegetation, and that's nice. This site there that's cleared is the spot where our raptor aviary is going to go. And that is a big project that I'm looking forward to getting started on, but not started on it yet. And this is currently working as skunk housing for baby skunks. And there's our 2 songbird aviaries. And yeah, things are moving forward. Our duckweed pond. We have duckweed, and we did this same thing in Bayside. We had the same kind of filter for our waterfowl aviary there, where the water comes out, goes through a duckweed filter, and then it gets pumped back uphill, and then it goes through another filter of also vegetation and some filter media as well. And then comes back down into the waterfowl aviary so that we can reduce our water usage, even though it's a waterfowl aviary. Obviously, the first word in waterfowl is water. So, yeah, we have 21 raccoons in care. So far, we have had close to 75 baby opossums pass through our care. We have treated 12 baby skunks. We have treated a handful of pelicans. We have treated a nest of black phoebes, and we currently have 11, we have 12 swallows in care right now, 2 black-headed grosbeak chicks. Oh my God. Their song. Oh. Here's an interesting fact that I didn't know before we got these chicks. That the chicks, anybody who knows the black-headed grosbeak song knows that it's, one of the ways you can tell who you're hearing is this really beautiful slur about I think it usually comes about 2/3 of the way through. Maybe I'm wrong. Through the line. And I wish I could undo it for you. And then I'd be like, he does bird calls. But no, I do not do bird songs. Anyway, that little slur that's so diagnostic, that's the first sound that these guys made. I was like, yes, these are black-headed grosbeaks. When I heard that, I was astonished and amazed. And our deer fence, our deer pen is also functioning, and he's got a patient in there. So basically what I'm saying to you is that we have been hard at work working. We have been from early AM feedings to late evening feedings. Some of the animal care that we're providing starts at 6 a.m. and doesn't finish until 11 p.m. And I'm just walking in circles telling you about it. But, yeah, it's been a season, and we're just over the halfway point. And I have not been asking anybody for support, not really. So I'm really asking now, consider this our summer plea. We are currently up about 10% above last year as far as our caseload goes. and that puts us up in range of being in this, finishing at the rate of some of our highest years, like say the early pandemic years, when we suddenly had a skyrocket in our caseload. So yeah, we need your help. There's so many mouths to feed. I've purchased so many bags of KMR. You know, we have so many. We have 3 baby foxes. That's a lot of prey items. You know, that's a lot of frozen rats, is what I'm saying. And you know, our electric bill, our water bill, everything. Our interns and our permanent staff, everything that we have that we're paying for is goes directly to making sure that we're providing, you know, all of these guys the care that they need, the food that they need, the diets they need. I guess food counts as diets. So, but it does feel like it gets you coming and going. Would you like to go inside? I waited to do this until after everybody left for the day, because it's hard, you know, to tell you the story of this place sometimes. And I feel, you know, it's easier to do. Anyway, here we are. This is the place. That's our caseload. And some adults, and then baby birds, 2 barn swallows, a white-crowned sparrow, 9 violet-green swallows, a turkey vulture, 4 mallards, 6 gadwalls, a very baby mallard, and 2 black-headed grosbeaks and a cliff swallow. There's the 21 raccoons, 5 striped skunks, 3 foxes. We currently have 12 baby opossums in care, 1 deer. It's a lot of mouths to feed. Here's what our facility looks like nowadays. We've definitely been improving and developing it and making it more functional. We have up here, we call this the Passerine mezzanine, and it's built on top of this, you know, it's just a counter, really, but it's screened in, so it's an area where the passerines can be more safely in this big room. So they have it's like a big screen hut inside. And that's for those guys. And over here is our kitchen. And looking good, prepped and ready to go for tomorrow. And tomorrow comes at 6 a.m. So I'm glad to see it, you know. It's nice to see. And over here is where we do our people business. You know, got to have a sink separate for our own lunch and stuff like that. And yeah, and here's where we work. And here's, you know, when an animal comes in. So, you know, whether I edit this into something professional or not, what I can tell you is that my plea may never be that professional. But the need is real, and we are meeting the challenge. This has been one of the most difficult couple of years in our existence. The move was sudden, and it happened, and we are proceeding. And in fact, you know, it's you know, as I've said many times, it is it's in many ways the best outcome we could have had, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful to have this place to be able to build. I'm grateful to be able to do what I do, and I'm grateful to be able to get your support. I'm grateful to you know, I'm grateful to the community that cares about making sure that injured and orphaned wild animals have a place to go. And we are deep in the heart of our baby season right now. And so far, our caseload right now is 831 patients for the year. And that is probably puts us on track, to treat well over 1,500 patients this year. So it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of resources, and it takes a lot of support. And you've gotten us this far. Your support is why we're here now. Your support is why I'm standing here. Your support is why I'm holding this device in my hand. Your support is everything. And we do need it. And we need it super seriously, actually. So, and also, if you're interested in volunteering, we can always use, your help. So, anyway, this is me, Monty, and I'm here at the Humboldt Wildlife Care Center after hours, sneaking around, showing you the place when it's quiet. And if you're able to help us out, that would be great. Thanks.